everybody. Adrian Fontes, Arizona. What did I just snap? That was weird. Anyway, Adrian Fontes, Arizona Secretary of State. We're going to start snapping up. Happy Friday. Fridays with Fontes. We've got questions, a book recommendation, and some other stuff, but we've got some things I want to pop out there. First, happy Women's History Month. We are here. Do what you can to support women. Learn about women. Do all the women's stuff out there. And, have a good time. The fifth annual Virtual Arizona Genealogy Day is set. It's going to be March 29th. That's later this month. From 8:30 to 3 p.m. 8:30 in the morning to 3 p.m. It's a free event. There's going to be tons of presentations. So Genealogy Day is an online. It's like a webinar. Again, 8:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. Lots of amazing programming. Check out azlibrary.gov. Again, that's azlibrary.gov. Are you going to put this one on here too?
Yes.
I'm going to ask you every single week if you're going to do that.
Maybe I should switch it up.
For more information, you're going to put it up like vertically over here or something like that. Anyway, so we've got that happening. And then March, Arizona Author Series. Again, I chatted about this last week, Laura Munoz's book. Here it is, Desert Dreams, Mexican Arizona and the Politics of Educational Equality. Sign up for that one. This is going to be the Arizona Author Series book for March 13th. Dr. Munoz is going to be on to discuss this book, which is published by, who put this one out? I think this is the University of Pennsylvania Press in Philadelphia. Should be a super interesting conversation, again, March 13th for that one. And that's our recommendation for reading for the week. Okay, did I miss something, Michaela? No?
I'm sorry.
Am I running through everything too fast?
No, you're good.
Am I just funny this week?
I think I'm just...
You're doing a little, Sarah, we're a little giggly this week. Okay, we got a couple of questions that have been submitted. Can elections be rigged with AI? The answer is no. We've got a lot of checks and balances in our elections, folks. And here's the great thing. As has been for a long time, all the ballots in Arizona, at least, are on paper. In fact, I think it's well over 90 giant, like high 90s% of American votes are cast on paper ballots. And the idea of an election being rigged with AI depends on what you mean by rigged, but no. And that bleeds into the second question that I'm going to ask. So the answer to the first question is, can you rig an election with AI? No. Can, quote unquote, potentially negative uses of AI that can erode public trust? And the question is, in whose opinion? Well, I'll tell you in whose opinion. In my opinion, and in the opinion of election administration experts across the country. Because here's the thing. If you're telling people the wrong day to vote, the wrong time to vote, you're confusing voters, you're telling voters that their vote doesn't matter, or even AI having been used to tell some voters, I think it was in New Hampshire during the last election cycle, it was a deep fake of former President Biden's voice during his primary election back a year ago, and it was a deep fake of him saying, save your vote for November. Well, you don't save your vote for November. You can vote both then and in November as well. And so, yeah, that can, be a negative impact on voters. If you're trying to stop voters from voting, that's a negative impact. If you're trying to game the system or you're lying to people, that's a negative impact. That's why we've got to be vigilant against these things. So if somebody says, in whose opinion is this happening? When they're asking that kind of a question, that's kind of an issue that I have. Don't you want these elections to be free from negative influences? Don't you want every eligible American to be out there exercising their constitutional right so that the government can truly represent what everybody wants? Or are you going to try to game the system, negatively impact maybe these voters or that voter so you can kind of game your way into political power? That's disingenuous and wrong-headed, and it's a bad attitude to have. These are supposed to be fair competitions. These are supposed to be political contests where the exchange of ideas results in an American public that has leadership that represents the way they feel, not the way they fear. And I really want to make sure that people understand we've got to get away from this notion that it is an us versus them. Unless the them are those foreign influences that we know are trying to mess with the American public. Those foreign influences like Iran and China and Russia. Because guess what? We fought wars against some of these people in North Korea because our way of life, the American way of life, the little d democracy that we represent, where no man is a king. This is the important thing that we've been fighting for, and we're going to continue to fight for. And this old Marine's not going to back down when somebody asks a question like, "In whose opinion is it potentially harmful?" My opinion. And we don't have to agree. That's cool. This is the United States of America after all. And that's what's important about our country. We won't get our feelings hurt when we have differences of opinion because we are, at the end of the day, adults. And that reminds me what adults should do. As is always my closing, my name is Adrian Fuentes, Arizona Secretary of State. Grown-ups out there, watch your kids around water. Thank you.